The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless irrelevant menu options. Which is why with USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all at the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
Hey y'all, good morning, happy Sunday. This is just a touch of J, and I'm coming at you, putting it all out there in pieces, baby. How my babies out there doing on today? Oh my gosh, I know you're out there doing amazing. I do, and if you feel like you're not amazing, I want to tell you that you are. You are. If you don't feel like you real thorough today, listen. You listening to me, you are thorough. Do you understand that? Man, don't you start thinking you not thorough and not wise out here. Shoot, you listening to me. So you got to be thorough if you listening to me. Unless, of course, you a hater. And if you are a hater, then, you know, snooping and doing your thing. Hi, haters, because y'all need this work too, okay? So, look, oh, my gosh, y'all know I got a word for y'all. It's Sunday, and I'm going to try to start doing like a little Sunday inspirational word. But I told y'all, God been blessing me. So I can't, you know, y'all know, here and there, I've been telling y'all how God been blessing me. And when God get me in that little era, I got to give y'all that work. You know, sometimes we can talk about R. Kelly, and we can talk about no sex and all that other stuff. But when God start giving me this goodness, I have to bring my babies this goodness. Because I can't have y'all out there lost, okay? So look, y'all know I told y'all I'm getting up, I'm doing my whole thing, I'm working out. Chill. I'm trying to tell you, when you work out about 4 to 5 hours a day, baby, and you doing all the shakes and things you need to be doing, that stuff be going so quick. It be looking like you've been working out for months, and it be like 2 weeks or something. Like, seriously, do that thing. Shout out to y'all if y'all are out there working out and, you know, living your best life and doing something different for yourselves, you know, because... you know, I understand. So anyway, look, let me go ahead and get back real quick. So look, I'm doing all that. I'm doing everything that I got to do. And I starts to thinking. I'm watching my TD Jakes. I did a little bit of, who else did I do? Keon Henderson this morning, right? Because y'all know I told y'all I've been working out. So when I'm working out, I like to listen to my word. Child, he on there talking about getting your life in order. I said, oh, man, God put it on my heart. You got to tell them about getting their life in order. So I said, oh, my gosh. So, look, this is what he went ahead and he brought to me. Okay, he was talking about somehow your mind isn't changed. Like, okay, you know how some people, they could be in your face. Let's just paint a scenario. Somebody does something to you, and they can be in your face, and they like crying and the whole nine. Like, I swear I ain't do it. You know, they really like, I didn't do it. I promise you, I really didn't. But they standing in your face, and they really did it. You know, they just don't have that. They trying to go ahead and do a fake change on you. You understand what I'm saying? It's the fake change. It ain't the real change, the fake change. So he was talking about how a lot of us out here, we do that fake change stuff when we trying to grow in our own lives. And he said, we're just lying to ourselves because we fake something like we really want it, but it's hard. You know, sometimes to make a change because you have to change your direction completely. You have to come out with a whole new plan. And he was talking about how a lot of times we don't have a plan because we go back to our default settings. You know, once we start seeing the new stuff that we prayed about, that we want so much coming, we go back to the default when it ain't, you know, exactly going the way that we think it should go. You know, think about a computer, the default setting and all of that. You understand what I'm saying? We resort back to old behavior when we're trying to go forward in life. You got it? Okay, so he's saying you got to be transformed by the renewal of your mind daily because as a man thinketh, so is he, right? So he's saying all this stuff today. So I'm like, oh my God, I got to thinking. And you know when I start to thinking, I got to come tell y'all that goodness because I can't have my babies lost. It's over 11K of y'all. I can't have y'all out here like that. This is just a touch of day, baby. I have to put it out there in pieces for you, all right? So what he does is he says that once all this stuff is going on, we have to make sure that we make sure that we change our thought process. that mind thing. We have to. You have to do that. Because when you go back to the default setting the next time, your whole direction is changed. You have to come up with plans of actions and things of that nature. So that way, when you start resorting back to that comfortability, that old behavior, when you're trying to move forward in life, you have to make sure that you have a plan in action, something already set there. Okay, look, let me break it down for you like this. As y'all know, I have to break it down for you because, my mind just be like, it be thinking. All right, so look, let's say you working out, okay? You're in the fitness, you're trying to change your health, your health, your life, your insides. You eating whole, you trying to eat different, okay? Now, when you get that urge to go back to the default, to the pizza or the McDonald's, and it starts smelling good, and you like, damn, baby, you in there frying chicken or whatever it is that you want, baked macaroni cheese. I don't know. What would you do if you was craving for that and you wanted it? If you was really trying to change, you would have a plan of action. That when I want this, maybe you go exercise. Maybe you watch TV. Maybe you have a healthy snack. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how y'all got to change in life too. Oh my God. I'm trying to put this out there in pieces for you. I swear I am. Because y'all know when I get that word, I got to give it to you. I can't have my babies out here lost. No. So try to go ahead and just set some different type of goals for when you go back to the way that you like. You understand what I'm saying? All right. Relationship wise, let's just say you a girl and you always be cheating on your boo. And he been, accepting you back, because we always trying to beat the guys up like the guys is the ones out here bumping and grinding. But no, it's some girls out here that really be cheating and stepping out on their man. And their man just be constantly forgiving them and forgiving them and forgiving them. Okay, so let's just say she the one. She got to know that she got a little problem with herself. And she got to be like, she got to start getting herself under control, because she might be getting hot and bothered when she sees men or something. I don't know. I know I get hot and bothered, especially if I see, child, y'all know. I know about a fine ass man. Okay, so look, all right. So sometimes these women out here, they just a little loose in the goose, they ready to do something strange for no change. And if she is that type of person, then she has to be careful. She gonna have to put some stuff, aside and in order. And she got to come up with a plan that maybe when she gets that feeling, she doesn't make that phone call because she calls a support person. One of her girlfriends or somebody, or she might have something else that she does. I don't know what she out here doing, but, she understands I got to have a plan. If you're the type of person, real quick last, maybe you go off at work and you're trying to change your behavior at work, right? You really like, I'm going to snap on these niggas. Like, you a man and you just like, I'm tired of how they be treating me. I deserve better. I bring better to this company, right? You might have something in order just when you get ready to go back to your strange behavior that you used to, snapping. This time you might be like, I got, a little scripture that I read now, or I watch something to eat on YouTube. I do a little something like that, little motivational thing when I see my mind start going certain places. People who go through anger management. Oh my gosh, they're amazing people, because when they go through anger management, it teaches them things like this. Well, this is something that he was talking about, because you guys have to understand that when you want to really change, you got to sometimes make sure that you just don't make the decision. You have to have a plan. Okay, because this is just a touch of J, baby. Listen, y'all, I'm out here living my best life. Please believe that. Because God be giving me all the knowledge and everything that I need. And I got to feed it to y'all so y'all know. I have been winning since last April. I tell y'all, we go through a little something and stuff like that. But no, listen, I'm happy every day. I have an amazing life, and I'm trying to make sure y'all live your best life too, because this is just a touch of J, baby. I gotta put this out there in pieces. That's why I have to. So let me go ahead, little quick recap. I didn't even say y'all go over to My Name is RONI76 on Instagram, baby. I've been dropping some pretty inspirational stuff there. On my app too, check it out. Even in the video section, I put some stuff out there. So y'all can look at that, and get y'all inspiration and everything that you need. All right, but look, y'all got to go ahead. Y'all got to get this right. All right, because somebody's out there suffering with it. Because if you wasn't, then God wouldn't put it on my heart for me to tell you. So whoever is out there going through and you down and you out because you trying to go ahead and change and live a better life, this is something that might help you. All right, because this is just a touch of baby. Just a touch of J. And I am trying my hardest to put it out here in pieces for you. So look, bye-bye. Y'all have an amazing day. I got to go ahead because I got to do this cardio. Okay, I got to do a whole daggone 6 miles and pray for me, child, because I just don't feel like doing it today. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get it done. You want to know why? Because when you're committed to changing, you produce change. All right, so y'all got to go ahead and get this work and get it together. All right, I'm up out of here. I love y'all. You have an amazing Sunday. Eat and do all that stuff, and maybe start your plan for the week. Start watching what you do, and please be careful of what you're saying too. Oh my gosh, please don't get me to talk about that. Watch what you're saying to yourself, because you can talk down to yourself. Watch the things that oh man, I messed up. Just because you messed up doesn't mean anything. Keep it going. You understand what I'm saying? Watch some things you're saying to yourself. Speak positivity to yourself. If you mess up, real quick, before I go, if you mess up when you're trying to change, it's okay, because think about it. You were trying not to mess up. You understand what I'm saying? So you were on your way. You're on your way. You just keep on going. That's it, baby. This is just a touch of J. And I just had to put that out there in pieces for you. So I'm up out of here. I love y'all. Take care.